Full-time workers will be expected to work the same number of hours but may be able to condense their Monday to Friday 5-day working week down to 4 days if they can agree it with their employers. Bosses would have to provide solid reasons for any refusal, according to Pierre-Yves Dermagne, Belgium's labour minister behind the market reform. He said the change would benefit those who wish to spend more time with their children. People seeking a 4-day week will have to work up to 10-hour days to make up the 38 hours of work each week. Trade unions were said to be unsure about the flexi-time proposals as the pressure to do longer daily hours would be similar to shift work. The concept of reducing the working week to 4 days has been considered in a number of countries across the world, including the UK, New Zealand, Spain and in Iceland, where a trial was carried out between 2015 and 2019. The proposed reduction in the number of working days has been designed to offer employees flexible hours and increase productivity during working hours after coronavirus lockdowns made a large number of employees reevaluate the tricky work-life balance. Mr. Dermagne referred to the coronavirus pandemic and the impact it had on workers, and said it was about the search for a new balance between professional and private life, The Times reported. He said the lack of a boundary between work and private life could harm the physical and mental health of the worker. If a company has more than 20 members of staff, then, under Belgium's new proposals, workers will be allowed the right to disconnect outside working hours, meaning they will not be expected to respond to calls or emails. Joe Ryle, director of the 4-Day Week campaign in the UK, said he welcomed the flexibility for workers but said compressing 5-day weeks into 4 is not the answer to tackling burnout, stress and overwork. He added, "It's essential that the move to a 4-day week involves a reduction in working hours, with no loss of pay for employees. To ensure the 4-day week is implemented properly and the benefits are shared by all workers, trade unions must be at the heart of this transition." Advertisement. A 6-month trial in the UK, led by 4-Day Week Global, got underway earlier this year and will see staff members from 30 different organisations completing the usual amount of work, and up to 35 hours each week, but split over 4 days rather than 5, for the same salary. Campaigners calling for a reduction in the number of working days have said it will create a better work-life balance, but critics have warned it will lead to more stress as employees attempt to squeeze more work into fewer hours. Joe O'Connor, pilot program manager for 4-Day Week Global, said the concept will herald in a bold new future of work during 2022. Morrisons are reportedly considering switching to a 4-day week, while the British arm of camera company Canon is to take part in the 6-month trial, which is also being run by academics at the universities of Cambridge and Oxford, reports The Guardian. Finance firm Adam Bank has already made the shift to the shorter working week. Similar experiments are due to be held in the USA, Canada, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand, while trials are already being conducted in Spain and Scotland. In August 2019, Microsoft Japan implemented a 4-day week, giving their 2,300 employees 5 Fridays off in a row. The company said productivity jumped 40%, meetings were more efficient, and workers, who were also happier, took less time off. Advertisement. Nine out of 10 employees at the company said they preferred the shorter working week and other benefits, including a 23% reduction in weekly electricity use, and a 59% decrease in the number of pages printed by employees, which were also welcomed by employers. In Iceland, a 4-day working week trial was carried out between 2015 and 2019 and labeled an overwhelming success by researchers. Workplaces that took part, including at Reykjavik City Council, which ran the trial, moved from 40-hour weeks to 36 or 35 hours, with some reporting an improved level of productivity among employees. The trial eventually involved more than 2,500 workers, equal to approximately 1% of Iceland's workforce. The workplaces included preschools, offices, hospitals, and social service providers. Researchers have been arguing that benefits to a 4-day week would also see staff return a more efficient work performance for their employers. While campaigners have been pushing for a 4-day working week, critics have argued it would create greater stress for workers who would be attempting to squeeze as much or more work into fewer hours. Some say the concept would be impossible in customer-facing jobs, or 24/7 operations including the NHS or emergency services, where overtime payments would present an extra cost to employers or the taxpayer. A trial of the 4-day working week in France, for example, found workers were putting in the same amount of hours even with a day fewer, and companies were having to pay them for their extra time.